Mornings have a rhythm. You can hear it, feel it. And at Quaker, we fuel it. With 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber in every bowl, helping you turn that rhythm into your soundtrack for a great day. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
Let's go! Let's go!
Expedia and Visit Scotland invite you to come step into centuries of history that await in Scotland. Castles steeped in legend walk along cobblestone streets. Come share the warmth of stories passed down through generations. This is a place with a past that is fully present today and all yours to explore. Plan your Scottish escape today at expedia.com/Visit Scotland.
Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the Executive Director of the National Street Food Vendors Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. For the next 4 episodes, I'm going to be talking with Josh Talley. He is a food truck owner out of Utah. He was the owner of Sushi Squad, very cool food truck. I've been working with him the last several years. And of course, he has gone way beyond anything I could have advised him on. He's been doing awesome. Today, we're going to be talking about marketing and what he did to help Sushi Squad be the #1 item that was searched in relationship to sushi on Google. So we're going to join that conversation and we'll get going. Alrighty, so what would you like the listeners to learn through our podcast today, and then maybe the next couple of episodes if we talk a whole lot? What would you like them to learn?
I think the biggest thing that I want to help coach food truckers on or help with is, us as business owners, as food truckers, we're going to go knock doors. We're going to get that next client because that's why we're in business. We're going to always have that grit to go and find, those events. It's 2026 and there's sometimes easier ways to go ahead and find our clients and have them find you. And at the end of the day, really, if we're talking about your day-to-day food truck versus like a really good catering gig, at the end of the day, catering brings in a lot more money and it's a lot less stress too. Oftentimes when I was running the food truck in my catering gigs, it'd be like a 4-hour event. We do, a couple hours of prep and then boom, it'd be, double or triple the money, way less hours. And so by being able to leverage Google and online search, I was able to capitalize on that and provide way more catering opportunities for myself than just the food truck alone bring. Just kind of want to share that piece of the puzzle to where you can leverage that and grow your business even faster.
Just to kind of clarify before you go on with the explanation, in your mind, what is a catering? Just so that everybody's on the same page.
My definition of a catering is somebody needing basically like a lunch catering. You've got an office complex that needs lunch for 50 or 100, a business meeting, or even just a private birthday party at somebody's house or in the neighborhood type of thing. So it can be literally anything that has to do with feeding a lot of people all within a short time frame, within usually a 2 to 3 hour time period, versus spending the entire day on a food truck for some change.
Right. So basically you're saying multiple eaters, but only one payer. One person is paying you.
Absolutely. And I knew all this was important when I was opening up my food truck, Sushi Squad. And so I knew lead generation was going to be important to me. And that's something that I could have done myself, but I chose to hire that out because I knew it was important. So I hired a local marketing firm. They built me a website. I spent $4,000 on it. Yeah, that's a lot for a food trucker, right? I get it. Mm-hmm. But it was important to me because I know I needed to rank so that my customers can find me. So I don't have to spend all my time knocking doors and making phone calls and dropping off free samples all week. Right. I did the thing. Spent $4,000 and they built the website. It was fancy, great. But as a chef and when you're on the food truck, if you need to make changes, it was really hard to get a hold of them after they launched the website. It became weeks to almost a month before they could change anything. And that's just unacceptable. And they basically just became unresponsive and slow to make changes that I needed. So I had to fire them. They didn't really do a whole lot for me and I didn't generate any leads from them. So I hired another local company, 5 stars marketing and as well, and spent another $4,000 because they kept the website site. You know, a lot of these marketers end up keeping your site, depending upon how it's set up. And so I spent another $4,000 on another website, and then, you know, another $600 a month on local SEO and Google search. And then I got busy. You know, I did, you know, phone calls, offering free samples, and just I became busy as a business owner, because that's what you do. You know, we buckle down and we go find our customers and our clients, and we go find those events and we do it. I got busy, and frankly, besides the money coming out of my account every month, I actually forgot about the website for a minute, because it was providing orders because they could order from my website. So I knew they could scan the QR code on my truck and place an order there, but I wasn't getting any leads from there. It was just them placing orders, right? So fast forward to a year, I audited everything they were doing and found out they didn't touch my Google profile, and they didn't provide me any leads through the website either. After that time period, I was like, okay, well, I'm done with this. I took 2 weeks off the food truck, and I built my own website and built up my own Google business profile. And I got myself to rank within about a month and a half, which is huge, because then I started getting phone calls about catering gigs and sushi classes that I also offered. That didn't happen in the year and a half to 2 years that I was in business as a food truck. Once I was able to do that and get myself ranking, customers now were already finding me through search. That was a huge, like, the lights just got turned on for me, essentially. You know what I mean? Because I was missing, that's a whole huge opportunity. If your customer can find you, that's way easier than us knocking doors. And so to this day, you know, I was able to get acquisitioned out. Somebody made an offer on the food truck, so we're working through that. But since I haven't been in the food truck for a year, I'm still ranking number one in my own city for sushi. And I haven't touched my website or my Google presence in quite literally a year, and it's still ranking. And so the point of me saying that is that there's a ton of missed opportunity out there in the local search online world that if you just capitalize on it, a lot of people don't pay attention to that thing. And there's hundreds to thousands of people looking for what you guys provide on your food trucks. You just have to be visible. So it's not a marketing problem, it's a visibility problem. The more visibility that you have, the more calls you're going to get. That's what I solve.
What most food truck owners, that's really a big missing piece of how they operate, because they focus on the day-to-day stuff like you did for that year when the website was operational and you were seeing orders coming in, but the website really wasn't marketing for you. It was just a local POS system. Somebody can, I'm going to order me some sushi. And you get the order and go, hey, the website's working. Well, not really. Because like you said, it needs to pay for itself. And that would be, you know, bringing you at least one catering a month, you know, big catering. And the more that it can bring you, the more likely it is to pay for itself. And then you won't mind paying that big amount of money.
You nailed it. Because when I first started, I started with Square. And with the Square POS, yeah, they give you a free website. Cool. Can they place an order? Yeah, you think you're making money. You are. They're able to, you know, purchase what they need on your little website and everything. But that is vastly different from your customer calling you because they found you and now they're booking, you know, a $5,000 gig on a weekend. That pays for the website build itself one time. Like you land that one client, your marketing is taken care of for the entire year. And then it just compounds. So you nailed it. I know there's a lot of you food truckers out there in every single city, in every single state, anything service-based business. Leveraging Google's king. People in real time are literally going to Google and searching steakhouse near me or burritos near me or catering near me, right? That's in real time. When you're talking about lead generation, you can't find a higher quality client. They're in real time looking for what you provide. If you just show up and you're visible there at the top of the page where they're searching, they're going to call you. Instead of thumbing through all the pages of the phone book, they're going to call who's ever visible at the top. So that's a huge piece to this whole thing is the more visible you are, like I said, the more phone calls you're going to get because you're everywhere, essentially. And so we just got to figure out how to become more visible. Google, you know, we talk about Facebook, you know, post your daily routine or your weekly routine and your routes every week on Facebook so your customers can find you. Yeah, that helps quite a bit because you have a following, but that doesn't help the people who don't know you yet, right? That's the kicker to the whole social media thing is they're for your followers, not for people who don't even know you exist. Google and online search is for those new customers that you want who don't know you yet, who need to discover you.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
This Father's Day, when you ship UPS Air at the UPS store, your items arrive on time or your money back, guaranteed at no extra cost. It's like the father of all shipping services. It shows up to the airport way too early, just to play it safe. It's overprotective about all the things that truly matter. And it's always prompt, especially to be with family. Make it your first choice to celebrate your dad. Ship UPS Air with our money-back guarantee, exclusively at the UPS Store U.S. retail locations. Visit the upsstore.com/air shipping for full details. Terms and conditions apply.
Absolutely. If you look at social media, it's an open sign. People know you exist. They drive by, they look for the open sign. The open sign is in their pocket. Oh, is my favorite sushi truck open? They can pull out their cell phone. Oh, yeah, they're open. I'll go check them out. That's somebody that already knows you exist. Like you said, the Google business profile is literally advertisement, because it's inviting new people behind the scenes, because you're not actively doing anything. Once you set the profile up correctly, it does the work for you going forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If it's done well, yeah, it'll do all the groundwork for you, for sure. And it just compounds every month. So for example, leveraging a tool that is free for everybody to use on Google. If you've ever run a Google ad yourself one time, this is free for you to use. You can literally type in certain keywords in there to see how much volume. So I just chose to pick on Dallas, Texas, for example, and I typed in catering near me, lunch catering near me, business catering keywords, and I hit go. Catering near me gets hit just in that one city 2,900 times a month. Catering close to me, yeah, that's huge. And then there's a bunch of other keywords that people also type in, like caterers near me, food catering near me, box lunches near me, barbecue catering near me gets hit 400 times a month, Mexican catering 320. So you add all these up, some of these may be relevant to you, some of them may not be, but you just find where your niche is. And then the catering, those are people who don't know exactly what food they want yet. They just need somebody to provide delicious food. Over your competitors, now all of a sudden you're getting that volume of thousands. We're talking in the tune of 8,000 people per month looking for catering every month in Dallas, Texas. You show up for those searches and you even get a small portion of that. That's money in the bank. That is people finding you. You didn't have to go knock doors. You're just visible where they're searching and they call you to get a price.
And what's interesting, if you think about two numbers that stuck out in my head, one was just the sheer number of people searching for catering. That number, super unlikely there are that many food trucks in Dallas, Texas. So that means all the food trucks, all of them have that opportunity to get those caterings if they learn how to rank. The other number I thought was just absolutely unusual, I guess is a good word, is when you said 400 people are looking for barbecue catering near me in a state known for barbecue. So you would think that there wouldn't be many people looking for it because they already know all the good barbecue places, but yet they're still looking for it.
You nailed the most important piece. Think of that city, how many people have lived there their entire lives, right? Or a good portion of their lives. They have somebody coming into town. They're like, oh, I'm really craving barbecue. You have anything local? They know their local spots, right? To your point. If everybody knows these barbecue joints, there's still that many people are still looking for stuff.
Yep.
That is
absolutely
the opportunity. I love that you pointed that out. Absolutely. That's so powerful. Yeah. So again, it just comes down to visibility. We optimize the Google business profile and your online presence. Now all of a sudden you're visible where they're searching for that, and they call you to get a quote. You do the rest of the work. You're passionate about your food. You let that sell the customer, the client, and all of a sudden you've got your books filled with caterings that you had no idea that was even out there. We're talking thousands of people every month in, month out. We don't need to capture all of it, but if we capture just a small portion of that, that's way less work on the food truck for us and way more money, if I'm being honest.
Oh, absolutely. The way that I look at it, especially for beginners, they need those daily pop-ups. They said it, Fifth and Main or whatever. That's practice to be able to get good enough to handle, even a 50-person catering logistically can be challenging for someone that's never actually made 50 orders of food within a small time frame. So they need the practice. But once they've gotten good at producing food in mass, they got to go to catering because then their life becomes infinitely easier.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed it. It just kind of helps, just like what we learned in the training over the course of 365 days, you've got some weeks or some months that are just like killing it. And then you've got some weeks or days that you just like flatline, but it becomes a balance. Like you said, Bill, it becomes a balance of, you need those day-to-day operations to keep your skills up, right?
Yep.
And the consistency, so your current customers know where to find you on the weekends and stuff like that. So the catering really can help supplement your income and your visibility and your brand as well. You just have a lot more options essentially on the table than just, your day-to-day parking spot.
For sure. I mean, I would never want to turn down a catering, but I also wouldn't want to accept one that is going to give me a bad reputation because I couldn't handle it.
Right. Absolutely.
Alrighty, I think we'll kind of take a break right here. We've got 3 more episodes coming up with Josh. Tomorrow's episode is going to be about social media and how interruptive marketing works. Because that's what social media is, interruptive marketing. You're interrupting the scroll. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding everything helpful that we do, please consider subscribing. If you love what we do, then go to our association. It's called nsfva.org. That's the National Street Food Vendors Association. And join our group. We have all kinds of training. We have all kinds of job aids. We have everything in place to help you become successful. It's $19 a month. Plus, you get live coaching twice a week. And that's with me, as well as every Monday night we do a live training class to help you guys stay focused and stay profitable.